Hey guys, what's going on? This is Eric Broadus, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube, and back again with another video. And for today's video, this one I'm going to talk about, a little bit about Ice Cube meeting with the Republicans and Democratic Party, and I just want to cover some quick points. But if you've been following any of social media or even some of the news, I was watching Roland Martin Unfiltered, and there was some other clips that I watched on YouTube. And Ice Cube, on Roland Martin Unfiltered, he had laid out, his plan, for African American people, and in particular, plan for African American men. And obviously, I'm quite sure you guys have heard about Donald Trump's Platinum Plan. How he supposedly was gonna put some money into the African American community to create like 500,000 black-owned businesses, contracts to create I think something like 3 million jobs, and I think the number might have been either maybe $500 million or something like that, But anyway, what happened is that Ice Cube had met with the Democratic Party, and he had asked the question, well, what do you plan on doing for the African American community? Basically, what are we going to get out of it? And the Democratic Party kind of, I guess, kind of blew him off a little bit. Said, well, we'll let you know, after the election. Basically, they want the black vote, but they're not specifically telling exactly what they intend to do for the African American community once they get if they get the black vote. And so he met with the with Trump's cabinet, with the Republican Party, and they had laid out clear, definitive, actions and plans that they intend to take. Now, whether they back it up or fulfill it is another thing. But here's where I'm going with this. Ice Cube, obviously we know he's a famous rapper, actor, and also been in the now is obviously produces films. But he's using his platform to be an advocate or an activist on behalf of African American people, but he also has a particular focus on African American men, trying to see what can be done to help better the situation of, say, maybe young black boys, adult African American men, and anywhere in that range between, to help give them a chance to get on a level playing field or equal footing with their other counterparts in the other races. Now, let me say something right now. This is the disclaimer. The video that I'm making is not about anyone's race, sex, whatever, gender, creed, religion. It's not about that. I'm just sharing some information and making my points on it. So I just want to be sure. And everyone has their right, to which party they choose to vote for. That's neither here or there. But anyway, he's using his platform to try to make a difference for the African American community and to enact and effect change. And he's bringing up valid points about African Americans learning to value their vote and not to just vote emotionally, or just because you've been with one party to always stick with it. Find out what your candidate is going to do for you. And this is not just at the presidential level, it's also at the congressional, Senate, so your local politicians. Find out what they are going to do for you, what they can do for you, and also what they will do for you. And he uses his platform to try to make a difference, and I guess there were some individuals in the African American community that began to get offended or upset because he met with the Republican Party. Like he's some type of a traitor or a race traitor or something like that. And my point is this, he's basically doing what you're supposed to do. He's remaining bipartisan and seeking to hear what both parties are going to offer. And by no means, I'm not a fan of Trump. By no means, I'm not. And I'm definitely not a big fan with the Biden-Kamala Harris ticket. Both parties obviously have their issues and have their share of dirt. But what I'm concerned about is, okay, let me hear what both parties have to say and find out what exactly they're going to do. And then, you just make your decision from there. Sometimes it's the lesser of two evils, and I want to use that, what I'm saying, as a point, because that's significant. When I served in the armed forces, every leader I served under didn't mean that I necessarily liked them or that I particularly cared for how they ran things, but I knew at the end of the day that the mission had to get accomplished and I had a job to do. So, I fell in line and honored my commitment and served regardless of what the leadership was. And what I want to say is that, okay, so now they I'll get back to that, but they are dragging Ice Cube's name through the mud because he met with the Republican Party. And I don't see what's wrong with that. I think he's doing the right thing. And what I want to say is that you had comments on Twitter by Brittany Cooper where she gave her point of view about black Trump supporters. And she had some choice words. And it seemed like it was towards all black men, because when I first had saw it, on Twitter, I was like, wow, and there was the F-bomb in there. But she went on to later on try to clean it up and basically said, hey, that wasn't directed towards all, black men. That was directed towards a certain black Trump supporters because of what Trump's policies are. And obviously Trump definitely he's a hot mess. There's no doubt about it. And, I got to be real about it, in terms of some of his, bigotry or, supporting, racist organizations, telling the Proud Boys to stand down instead of, denouncing. But, for me, that's not going to stop me from, making a sound decision in either candidate, because both candidates, it's either party is not really for African Americans. If you want to be real, it's really more about maybe class. If truth be told, and Senator Kamala Harris, definitely put a lot of black males, behind bars. But that's not going to sway me from logic. And what I want to say is that in defense of Ice Cube, here you have an African American man that's using his platform to try to make a difference for the African American community. And oftentimes it seems that the African American community, not all, but it seems like sometimes some of us don't want anything that is constructive. Another typical story of crabs in a barrel. This man is putting it out there on the line and trying to push something forward to benefit the African American community, and then who are his closest enemies that are trying to tear him down? Those, from the African American community. Crabs in a barrel. And it seems to me in my dealings and my experiences with some of the African American community, I'm going to say definitely over 50%. It seems that some of us, we don't want anything that's going to be productive or worthwhile. The African American community sometimes seems more interested in entertainment than taking care of business and getting the job done. If you want to get black folks money, and this is just a generalization, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. If you want to get their money, put up some Air Jordans or some LeBrons or some Timberlands. Put up some hair weave, some multicolored wig. Make sure that they get these long witch-colored nails. Put on some foolishness on reality TV or a bunch of nonsense and gossip, and the money will come through. I mean, there's certain examples you could look at the situation that happened last year with Popeye's Chicken when they came out with that chicken sandwich, and you got a bunch of black folks going crazy and fighting in the line or wrecking stuff over a chicken sandwich. Really? But what my point is what I'm trying to make, and this is not all African American people, but it's definitely over 50%. It's like if there's anything of value, sometimes it seems that black folks don't want it. The money doesn't cycle throughout our community. It's, saying it's gone. We'd rather spend our money in supporting other people's businesses, in which, like I said, I'm all for that. It's about, I don't care about race or color. It's about the product that's being produced. But I'm making a point here, in terms of the black community, is like we have to do better. We have to do better, and we can't get, most of the time we can't get anything done, as a group, because we don't stick together. Afraid that another black person is going to get ahead of them, and so rather than help support, they would rather tear down. And I'm just telling the truth and being honest. And hey, you guys are entitled to your opinion and your comments, but I'm just keeping it real. But a lot of times it seems that the African American community does not desire anything of value. And you're seeing it here, what I'm saying, with Ice Cube trying to use his platform to get something done. And African Americans are going to start tripping because he goes to meet with the Republican Party. How are you supposed to get things done? And unfortunately, in our case, we're very soulful people, but sometimes we operate on emotionalism. And we have to move out of operating on emotionalism, and we have to get down to business. Here is an opportunity to get behind, an individual and see what we can do as a collective to try to, make a change and make things better. Even for those of us that, are doing okay and that, we're straight, but there's still the other elements, and he's seeking to try to get doors open and create opportunities, for future generations. And here we go again, and within their own community, dragging this guy through the mud, for what? Because he met with Trump's folks. How you gonna get it done? And I'm not an advocate of just supporting black businesses. I believe in supporting whoever's going to give me the best product, and whoever I can do business with. Whoever is the best fit for me. And that is how I feel in terms of business or relationships. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, whatever. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, a person is a person. But specifically in this case, this is another case of the African community, tearing something down when we're seeking to build. So what I would say is you know, if you have, people such as Ice Cube, and there's others that are activists. Some are famous, some are not. But if they're seeking to try to piece something together, instead of jumping on them and try to tear them down, consider what they have to say, and we have to learn to, you got to work with others. None of us is isolated. None of us are. So it doesn't matter what your race or color or creed is, you're going to have to work and get along with everybody in order to be successful. That it is what it is. But hopefully, African Americans will, lay off this dude. And, hey, I understand Trump. Yes, Trump is a hot mess, but so is Biden and Kamala Harris. But don't jump on him, because of your personal views towards Trump. Look at the objective, see what he's trying to get accomplished. Sometimes you gotta look past personalities or whatever Trump's, racist or bigoted views are. Nevertheless, he's in the seat. He's in the seat. And he is in the White House. Kamala Harris and Biden are running, for office, That's what you got to pick from. So it's your choice, You can either choose to vote, or not to vote, But me personally, I choose to hear what each candidate has to say and put aside my personal biases, because at the end of the day, your personal biases, they're personal and they are not going to accomplish anything. You got to look at the overall picture, But that's pretty much what I have on this video. But please, to the African American community, when you have an individual or a group of African Americans or organization that is trying to do something positive to make things better, for African Americans, not just African Americans, for people, stop tearing each other down and stop shooting people down. We have to come out of entertainment and foolishness, and there's a time for everything. Hey, I like my YouTube and I love my sports, And if reality TV shows and whatever it is, if Weave, Jordans, whatever it is your thing, hey, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, that's your money, But there's a time and a place for everything, and if we want to get things done, we're going to have to put some skin in the game and some money behind our candidates if we want them to, or either, so to speak, lobby, for your congressman. Put some money behind it, and stop being cheap, when it comes to something that's important. And we have a bad habit of doing that. We don't support our own, and we don't like to support our own policies when we got to put skin in the game. I'm just keeping it real. So if it offends anybody, hey, I'm sorry, But truth be told, we are at a critical time, and it's like, black folks, you got to stop playing around. Got to get down to business. But that's all I have on this video, and the name of this one is Ice Cube meets with both parties and is being dragged through the mud for it. But the name of my channel is Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus. YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So please smash that like button and smash that bell to subscribe and hit all, so you can get any future videos, any live streams, and any other podcasts. And also have a podcast called Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS, Snacks Thoughts. And you can find me on Anchor, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Radio PBM, Listen, and other social media platforms. Push it out. Please share both. All right, guys? Peace out, and I'll catch you on the next one.